Almost a year later, I am doing a part 2 to my top 5 fogs that aren't fog video. The channel's grown a lot since then, which is really cool, and now we get to cover even more amazing fog effects. As always, this video is brought to you by the EDH Jank Center, your source for everything Commander and everything Jank. I am your host, Jordan. Now let's dive in. If you can hear the thunder behind me, try to ignore that. It's currently like thundering but not raining. You know that feel? Anyways, I've been playing Commander for about 4 years now, and all my games in all my 4 years, I've got to say that no other effect has saved me from dying or won me a game more than preventing all combat damage. Not all decks are based on winning through combat, but I'd argue a really high percentage are, thus making these little instants really valuable to include in a deck. I know I'm always including at least one in any build it'll fit in. Now, you can absolutely run the OG fog, which just plainly and openly states that you prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. But as you know, if you're a frequent watcher of the channel, I love utility when it comes to my card choices. In other words, cards that do stuff. So, without further ado, here's 5 fog effects for under $1 that all kinda do stuff. Alright, the first one up today is the most commented and requested version on the last video. It's Blessed Respite, 1 in a green instant from Modern Horizons 2. Target player shuffles their graveyard into their library, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Now, I know people were kinda chapped at me because I left this out of part 1, but here it is, okay? You don't have to yell at me anymore. But I understand why you were yelling at me because, yeah, this card is great, man. For 1 more mana than the OG Fog, we get this really amazing ability that allows us to shuffle a graveyard into a player's deck. This works if you've been milled out a ton and need to replenish your deck, or if you're desperate to recur something from the graveyard but don't have the means, so instead, you just shuffle your yard into your deck. This is also super helpful as a defense mechanism against graveyard decks. If an opponent is trying to recur something scary from their graveyard, you can cast this in response and then shuffle their graveyard into their library. I've done it to my girlfriend. It has been very funny. Their spell will then fizzle and you'll be smiling that beautiful smile that I know you have. Oh, and it also prevents all combat damage, so like that's chill. Alright, next up we have Energy Arc, which is a white and a blue instant from Alliances. Untap any number of target creatures. Those creatures neither deal nor receive damage in combat this turn. Dude, what? I love old hidden gems like this. The colors of this card make it so that only Azorius and some tri-color decks can run it. However, I think this is a really cheeky and fun way to thwart an opponent's otherwise game-winning swing at you. Additionally, this has a fun synergy with decks that want to tap and untap over and over again. I'm personally thinking about some sort of Jeskai Pingers deck with damage multipliers and this card untapping all of them for just 2 mana. I mean, that's pretty sweet. This can also be used to untap and remove all of your own attackers from combat if the situation arises, like someone flashing in a big threatening thing that will kill one of your attackers. All that for under 50 cents, dude, I'm all for it. Let's get it. Alright, coming up next we got Pollen Lullaby, 1 in a white instant from Lorwyn, and I'm gonna read the oracle text here. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn. Clash with an opponent. If you win, creatures that player controls don't untap during the player's next untap step. Each clashing player reveals the top card of their library, then puts that card on the top or bottom. A player wins if their card had a higher mana value. Listen, I'm all for a little mini game within my game of Commander, and I absolutely love the Clash mechanic. Clash is an old mechanic in which you and an opponent flip the top card of your library, and whoever has the highest CMC card wins the clash, thus netting you whatever effect is on the card. In this case, it's a little sleep effect stapled onto our fog effect. In a 1v1 scenario, their creatures not untapping on their next untap step could spell victory for you. I absolutely mess with this card, dude, so don't you dare sleep on it like they're doing here in this art. Speaking of which, the art from Lorwyn is so awesome, I think we all can agree, and I'm so stoked that they're gonna be going back there. And hey, maybe they'll print a few more really dope and fun fog cards that do stuff. And more Clash cards. Okay, let's move on to our 4th card of the day and our cheapest card of the day. It's Pause for Reflection, 2 in a green instant from Guilds of Ravnica. It has Convoke. Your creatures can help cast this spell. Each creature you tap while casting this spell pays for 1 generic or 1 mana of that creature's color. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Yeah, sure, it's overcosted for a fog effect, but is it? Not really, because as I learned earlier this year from a lovely commenter, Convoke means that we can not just tap creatures for the generic mana, but also mana of that creature's color. Now, it's probably on me for not literally reading the card fully, but commenters are great for that. So, thank you to whoever informed me of that. Anyways, if we tap 3 creatures that are green for the Convoke cost, Pause for Reflection becomes a free fog effect. I think this is the best fit for token decks that need protection spells like fogs. You'll almost always have creatures on the board to snag that free cost. And hey, you know what else is free? The EDH Jank Center Discord, baby! It's a public Discord of a bunch of people that love budget, janky, and underutilized cards. We talk about sets, spoilers, cards, budget brews, and anything and everything under the MTG sun. We also host monthly giveaways of fun MTG product every single month. Patrons of the channel get an additional entry in giveaways, but you do not need to be a patron to get in on the action. Like this past month, we gave away a bunch of really awesome packs and 2 awesome custom altars of MTG cards made by one of our very own members, Ghost Productions, which if you don't know Ghost Productions, you should go support Tyler. His Instagram is amazing. But yeah, if any of this sounds appealing to you, the link is in the description and I will see you in there. All right, our last selection of the day is Respite. 1 in a green instant from Conspiracy. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn. You gain 1 life for each attacking creature. This must be the grandpappy of Blessed Respite, right? Let me know in the comments if that's even remotely true. Anyways, pretty simple tech here, guys. If we're being attacked by a ton of creatures, we can gain a ton of life off of this. Just imagine activating this in something like a Treebeard deck and buffing a giant tree to the absolute max. Or activating this and then on your upkeep already having enough life to win off of a cheeky Felidar Sovereign. And you know what else is cheeky? The end of this video. That's right, guys, we're at the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you dug this content, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and comment down below what cards you love that are fogs but not really fogs. Did I miss anything? Should I make a part 3? I'm always down there in the comments interacting with you guys, so come on down and have a chat with me. And join the EDH Jank Center Discord if you want to have like 10 million new friends. Alright guys, that's it for me. I will see you on the next video.